Welcome. In many different traditions, the heart is said to be the throne of the part of you that is unbound, infinite potential, the part of us that's untangled from all this transient stuff, like our thoughts, our beliefs, our patterns, our mind, our breath, our body. So, this is a meditation to lead us back to that remembrance of who we really are. So find a comfortable seat, anything that will work well for you. Feel free to use padding, the wall for support. You can even do this one lying down if it's not comfortable for you to be upright. As you found your perfect seat, I'll ask you to close your eyes. And just take the time to draw your attention inward. That can be a process. So, first, just start to become aware without having to open the eyes of the room that you're sitting in, the space around you, just within these four walls. And of course, your mind most likely is being pulled to what comes next or what's outside of you. And as soon as you note that you're doing that, just start to tug your awareness back in to just the room that surrounds you. Wonder if that feels like a reasonable request. You can start to hug the level of your attention a little bit closer in to just the perimeter of your own body. Maybe feeling the temperature on your skin, any sensations in your own body. Maybe the particular state of the mind or emotions in this moment of now. And even become aware of the passage of breath in and out through the nose in its natural, unfussed with version. You might feel it on the upper lip or in the walls of the nostrils. Or maybe its presence somewhere in the body. The yogis of old experienced that there was a dominance of breath in one nostril that alternates throughout the day. And that this is tied inextricably to the pull of the dualities, whether it's feminine and masculine, lunar, solar, passive, active, engagement, surrender. And while that is interesting and necessary for life, for a practice of moving back to a place of non duality, of recognition of wholeness or unity, it would behoove us to move the nostril dominance to balance, left and right, right and left. Keeping the eyes closed, just take your hands, crisscross your arms, and take your hands underneath your armpit area, with the thumbs resting on the armpit flesh, pec flesh. And allow the awareness to settle on the movement of breath that you experience in the walls of the nostrils. You might even perceive that one nostril feels a bit more dominant, like it's doing more of the work than the other. Start to draw your attention to the nostril that feels like it's doing less work. And apply just a tiny bit of pressure with your thumbs, the tiniest bit. Just in our own anatomy, our own physiology, there's a tiny little cluster of nerves under the armpit area that, when pressed, will dilate the opposite nostril, making it dominant. So, with this crisscrossed arm and both hands under the armpits, allowing both nostrils to find some equilibrium or equanimity. Taking your time as you do feel the nostrils begin to even out the flow of breath. Keep your eyes closed and just lower your hands back down onto your knees or thighs. And feel the forehead smooth out, tongue fall to the floor of the mouth behind the lower set of teeth. The lips might even soften or part. And the awareness now just magnetized in towards your very center. Keeping your left hand resting down, just lift your right hand and place your right hand on your own heart. The heart rests slightly symmetrical, so you might slide your hand a little bit over to the left and move the hand around a little bit until you can feel the beat of your own heart. Sometimes that might come easily, or it might feel a little bit more challenging. Beat of the heart might feel to you regular or slightly irregular, all quite normal. Just feel the beat of your own heart. Just like the organ of the heart has these four chambers or four rooms. In the yogic writings, the heart center, the spiritual heart, is also said to have these four rooms that we can walk through, like a grand four-chambered mansion. The first room of that heart is said to relate to the physical organ of the heart. So feel or meditate upon the beat of your own heart. Its insistent throb, pulsation of life. It's a visceral participation with where you are. If for when you start to feel your attention be pulled out, just start to tether it back to the beat of your own heart. How inherent in this gesture of touching your own heart, you might be led into the second room relating to the emotions. Spend a few moments just aware of the emotions arising, falling, almost like you'd watch clouds passing. Just awareness of emotions. And if this begins to feel overwhelming and you get lost, just bring your attention back to the beat of your own heart. There are some days where it's so cloudy that you can even come to forget that the sun rests behind those clouds. Then maybe a breeze comes through and blows the clouds away, and the sun revealed once again. So as the clouds dissipate or pass, we're led into the third room of that ever-present sun. In my tradition, we call it the Jiva Atman, the piece of you that is unbound, untangled, unbothered by all the transients. Part of you that observes or witnesses. Rest in the seed of the observer. Keeping your eyes closed, just lower your right hand back down onto your thigh or knee. And feel the warmth that was left by your hand on your heart. And that warmth almost blurring the line between what is you and what you consider not you. Perimeter of your skin. Then we're led into the awareness of the fourth room of the heart. Awareness that that jiva, that awareness, is not bound or limited to your own skin suit, but rather extends out and is interwoven and interdependent and interconnected with that field of awareness around you. Merging back to that awareness of our interconnectedness, our wholeness, our union. Knowing you can hold on to that recognition, that remembrance or reunion, even as you begin to now take a deeper breath in and out through the nose. With gratitude for your own heart, bringing your palms together in front of the heart and bowing your head. Bowing to your true teacher, your inner teacher. In Sanskrit, Om Bolo Shri Sat Guru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste.